Football has changed. In 1863 there was no crossbar, so goals could be scored at any height. In 1970, they introduced red and yellow cards for players to get punished for serious foul play. And by 2022, things have gotten very, or should that be VAR different. So today on the Bosman Viewing, we want to highlight and show you one or two things that football wants you to forget. The Champions League was designed for champions. As the European Cup got rebranded as the Champions League in 1992, the concept of the competition was always to have it contested between the champions of multiple European countries, to find out who was the best, hence the name the Champions League. However, as time went on, money and business decisions began to dictate changes to the competition, starting in 1997, when UEFA allowed runners-up of the top European leagues to compete in place of what they considered minnow leagues. More changes took place 2 years later, when UEFA eased entry requirements again by allowing the top 3 leagues in Europe, which is determined by UEFA's own ranking system, to enter 4 teams. Until we get to today, where you can see multiple teams from numerous countries get automatic group stage entry for finishing in 4th place in their domestic league, and some of which who have never won the league title in their own country. UEFA states that the changes and expansions are not all down to money, and that the new formats give a higher quality of competition for everyone to enjoy. But whatever your thoughts are on that point, let's not forget this is supposed to be the Champions League. Let's look at how Qatar got named as a World Cup host. In early 2010, Qatar began its campaign to try and host the 2022 World Cup. Many factors were going against the nation to host one of the biggest and most influential sporting events in the world, including its lack of infrastructure, extreme climate, and its well-documented human rights issues. However, despite all this, FIFA announced in December 2010 that Qatar had won the bid to host the World Cup. Their supposed reasoning behind the decision was the proposition of brand new custom-built stadiums being created for the tournament, moving the World Cup to be played in the winter to combat the heat, and to help bridge the gap between the West and the Arab world through football. But to everyone else, the answer was money. An independent investigation by The Guardian estimates Qatar already spent around $200 million in public funds, alongside more untraceable private money towards their bid to FIFA. By comparison, Australia spent around $42 million on its bid for the same tournament. Numerous allegations of unlawful activity between the Qatar bidding committee and multiple FIFA members continues to come to light, along with reports of alleged systematic abuse and serious exploitation of migrant workers who are building the stadiums. There is no doubt the World Cup is a special tournament that brings people together, but we can't forget the reality behind the Qatar World Cup of 2022. Now for football kit sponsors and the reasons behind them. Since the early 90s, you would see a wide range of logos appearing on football kits, from car makers to electronic goods to alcohol companies, all making an appearance, many of which have went on to become iconic. The most controversial though was the alcohol brands, which many top flight clubs had as a shirt sponsor, with some domestic competitions later having the same branding. By the mid-2000s, many football leagues began to market themselves towards an international audience, and cited the alcohol brands as having a negative impact towards a younger fan base, claiming it gives a positive association that could influence underage fans to start drinking. The more likely truth behind the shift in sponsorship brands for kits is that global supporters significantly outnumber domestic fans, and many clubs would have been made aware of the huge amount of money they could make by marketing towards new fans in countries where alcohol is either banned or frowned upon. This would have been a key reason and more likely the truth behind moving away from alcohol brands and establishing new relationships with gambling and financial companies. It's also a clear indication that the positive association that led to the move in sponsorship brands seems to have been conveniently forgotten, as recent studies by the UK Gambling Commission suggest due to children now having easier access to mobile phones and the internet, sports gambling has become a major issue for children aged between 11 and 16. So maybe certain football clubs should try and have a positive association with their fans instead of money. Thanks for watching, and as always, this is the Bosman Viewing. Are there any other stories that football wants you to forget? Let us know in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this video, if you could thumbs it up, that'd be great. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you on the next one.